This is DJ the Money Coach coming to you in the beautiful Destin, Florida. And I just got back from amazing world tour. Well, it's not a world tour, but in essence, it could be a world tour with the Classic Climb Tour. Shout out to Erica Williams for the Classic Climb Tour and ATL. Shout out to Tim Jackson. Shout out to Andre Hackett. Shout out to Todd the Billionaire. Shout out to James King. Shout out to all my friends who did an amazing speaking job and sharing the wealth of freedom to people. And all it takes is 4 words that you got to do. They're dirty little words. The first one is discipline. The second one is accountability. The third one is plug into a system that's successful. And the fourth one is do the work. And when you do that, you can achieve the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And then you can come join us on the beaches of the World Club. So check this out. Literally, I was just in the ATL last night speaking on stage with my friends. And now, because I took the time to build the ABCs of wealth, to achieve the common sense strategy to achieve an American dream, I now have this. Look at that. Yeah, man. Isn't that something? So you can have this too. But let me tell you a little tip. You have to master the hard things in life while you're young, and life gets easier. You master the easy things in life, and life gets hard as hell, almost impossible to live the older you get. So I'm going to say that again. Master the hard things in life when you're young, and life gets easier, and it gets like this for you for the rest of your life. That's what I'm talking about. So you can have it too. All you got to do is come join us. And it's real simple. I wrote this book in 20 years of success. And it's a common sense strategy of achieving the American dream. And you too can come out here and enjoy this amazing lifestyle. So if you want to do that, get this book right now below, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving American Dream. It's 20 years in the making to help you achieve the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And you can come join us on the beaches of the World Club. I'm DJ the Money Coach. I'll see you on the beaches of the world because you deserve it, have it as well. And all you got to do is achieve 4 dirty little words: discipline, accountability, plug into the system, and go to work. And you too can have the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. So hit that link below. The first 10 people to get the book, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy to Achieve an American Dream, you get an autographed copy. And I'll even give you a 10-minute complimentary consultation for the first 10 because that's the kind of guy I am to help you achieve the American dream. I'll see you next time.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions in-Cube Science Series, brought to you by the 7 Spheres of Money. Thank you for joining us for another amazing conversation on a Friday night. And before we get into this topic and start the show, go ahead and like the video, share it, and help us to get to 1,000 subscribers by subscribing to the 7 Spheres of Money on YouTube, so we can spread the good news about the pom-pom lifestyle, financial freedom, and real talk. So, it's Friday night. DJ, how you feeling? How you feeling on this Friday night?
Man, I'm fired up as always, brother. It's Friday night, and somebody summed it up best. They said, hey, why make Friday night the only time you get excited when you should be excited 7 days of the week, 24/7, 365? So now I'm going to subscribe to that philosophy. I'm going to subscribe to that. Must have been the dental work I had the other day, bumbling up my words.
So
But it's all good.
So,
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man. I don't know about people who got regular jobs are excited though. What's
right.
going on in this economy, man? It's,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. We're gonna have the Hunger Games in a minute.
Man, talk about it, man.
We
Yeah,
don't
yeah. And
talk.
that, yeah, man. We're
We
gonna
don't
talk a
talk.
little, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the economy tonight. As you see in the title of the video, we're talking about the prices are going up, on some of your basic necessities and some of your luxuries also, and yeah, we're gonna talk about why that is, and what can we do about it? Is that something that we should be concerned about? So we're gonna get into all of that, and I brought one of our friends along. Brooke, turn your camera on so the folks can see. Okay, there you go. Yeah, yeah. So we brought one of our friends along. We got Miss Brooke Sinclair, featured on the DJTMC Financial Expert Series, earlier in the year,
Yeah, she
and
was she was trying she was trying to hide that beautiful face of hers. I don't know why.
right.
Got all these ugly dudes on our shows. We need more beauty now. You done
Right.
lit up our stage with that beautiful face and smile. Thank you.
Well,
Yes,
thank you.
yes. Thank you for
Thank you.
gracing your presence on the platform. So, all the things that are going on with with the prices going up, they relate to supply chain. So I'm like, why not bring our supply chain expert on to give us some insights?
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So how you doing, Brooke? How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me back. This is such an important topic. I'm excited to talk about this topic. It's an unsexy issue that, like I said, I was already writing some articles to combat a lot of the myths and the fables that are being passed around about supply chain and about inflation. So I'm very happy to get started with you guys. Where do you want to start?
Great. Well, I'll just talk a little bit about my thinking, with this topic. So when it comes to the basic necessities, thankfully I'm in a place where I can go to the grocery store and get everything that I need, keyword need, just put it in the cart or put it in the basket, and not think about the price, just get it and take it to the checkout line. I'm a little, I show a little bit more discrimination when it comes to the wants, and the luxuries. I pay a little bit more attention to those, to the prices of those. But when it comes to the basics, like groceries and gas, I just say, just fill it up because I need to get to and from work anyway. So I'm going to get the gas regardless. So just fill it up. And I'm not the type to try to find the lowest cent. Driving all over the place to different gas stations. So I just say, go to the closest one and fill it up. But I know not everyone has that luxury to do that. And they're seeing in the news, or maybe they're looking at their expenses, their monthly expenses, and they're noticing that that the groceries are getting higher, and then they're watching the news, they're watching the financial news, and they're hearing that the inflation increase is the highest since 2008. They're seeing all these things. So and it's all tied to supply chain. So I wanted you here to give us a little bit of background on what all of that means, and break down into layman's terms what's going on with supply chain and why are the prices going up. And then I got DJ here with the experience to do a comparison between 2008 and now, and the experience being in business, to kind of talk about, is this something that we should be worried about, and how how should we prepare and weather this storm, if it is a storm. So Brooke, why don't we start off with you, and talk to us a little bit about what's going on exactly. Help us understand.
Yeah. I mean, to just really be blatant, like be just just real on top of real. Okay. The supply chain was literally hanging by, they say hanging by a thread, but it was hanging by like a paper clip that had chewed up gum on it, that had a bobby pin. It was barely holding together, and it was highly fragmented. It's only partially digitized. We have not, the American, no, really, the global supply chain has not had any major updates to the entire industry. So, well, first, okay, supply chain. Sometimes I forget that not everybody knows what supply chain is. Should I?
I think
Are you guys?
give us the
Okay.
the supply chains for dummies. So
Yeah,
people
Okay, sorry, you're not dummy.
don't even know what a supply chain is.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I mean, real talk.
Yeah.
I mean, and nobody does. Nobody does, and it's okay, because even Biden was like, maybe y'all have heard something about the supply chains. It's like, oh, okay, we just learned it. So supply chain, when you start at the farm, the farmer harvests, he puts the product on the truck goes to the port goes to some other port across the ocean, or maybe like drives from the East Coast to West Coast, and then is taken off the truck for a specific destination. So like either a distributor, a retailer, importer. So all of that full journey is called supply chain.
Okay.
So everything from the farmer to its final destination is what we've been experiencing on a 10x, right? Multiples since the COVID started. Because at first, we didn't have enough toilet paper. We had a lot of everything else in the stores, but we didn't have enough like toilet paper, paper towel, and things like that. So that's why they say don't hoard it. So they want to keep the cycle of inventory rotating and going. So if one of us was to hoard, if I was to fill my house up with toilet paper and paper towel, that would ruin the rate of inventory or the rate of goods bought, right? Like per capita. Like if you think about per household, if the average household of 4 uses 2 packages of toilet paper, but yet they buy 4 cases of toilet paper, then that means statistically, like mathematically, somebody's not going to end up with toilet paper. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so what happens when that gets disrupted? That's the term that they're using: disrupted, interrupted, blockages. So what does that mean when the supply chain has blockages?
Yeah. So what specifically is really happening? I mean, it's incredibly interesting, but yet horrifically horrible, not interesting at all. Is that on a one-time occurrence, a global phenomenon, each individual part of the supply chain. So the farmer has less hands, farmer has less people to farm with, to harvest. There's less truck drivers to take the products from the farms to the port. There's less people at the port to unload the truck, so that takes even longer. There's less cargo ship drivers or sailors to sail it across the blue, and then there's less people to take the product off of the ship and deliver it to its final destination. So usually in a normal, like 2008, when the housing market bursts, there wasn't a huge dip in the supply chain because those people themselves still existed. It was just their economic situation. But now, due to COVID, those actual human beings may not exist anymore. They might have died or been affected, physically affected by COVID. So maybe they're maybe they're technically still alive, but they're in the hospital on a ventilator. You know, some people have been in the hospital. I've heard about the worst case I've heard about somebody being in the hospital 100 days. I mean, when that all happens globally over a specific time, that's why we're seeing the shortages and the delays at the harbors and trucking. That's why all of those things are not happening to the same rate that we're used to, because everybody has like 20, 30 people less. And that doesn't usually happen.
It's a once in a lifetime situation. Unfortunately, you now have, continental divide. Now you're really seeing what the haves and the have-nots, and that chasm is now it's visible. It's always been there. But it's now quite visible. Mm-hmm. And the reality is that it's probably not going to be going backwards, anytime soon, because if you just look at, for instance, with gas, typically in the fall, people drive less and gas naturally comes down in price. Gas just yesterday in our area went up by almost 15 cents.
Right.
And you're talking about you just running to the pump.
Yeah.
Fun anecdotal story. Because, I'm DJ the Money Coach. So I pride myself on getting high quality stuff for cheap prices. But this time I took an L today. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Man, but it was funny. So
yeah.
I'm embarrassed to even talk about this. But I'm going to keep it real with you guys. All right?
Yeah.
So, I drive my tank down always to about, 1/4. Because I'm constantly trying to see my mileage increase. So I'm like, okay, it says I have 40 miles left. My round trip to pick my daughters up and back is 30 miles. So I got to get gas. So since the gas went up, see, here's the thing. Usually in the morning, the gas is cheaper and it changes in the afternoon. So I made the mistake. I saw, man, $2.65. I said, man, I'm going to hold off because I know I saw it down here by my daughter's grandparents' house. It was $2.60. 5 cents goes a long way in my house, right? So I didn't get the gas. I rode out of my garage on the way to pick them up from school, and gas was $2.79. $2.79 now. $2.65, $2.79. But I said I know there's one place that they don't change the gas high, so I took a risk.
You made it
down to my more, my little spot. And I drove all the way over there, and the gas was the same damn price. Now, mind you, I didn't burn 8 miles.
Oh,
I made 8 miles, and I took 15 minutes of my time that I can't get back. So I get over there, and now I'm like, I'm not taking another L. I know this other spot, so now I'm going further down the rabbit hole, and I got to pick my daughters up at the same time. So I said, part of me was like, man, just go get this gas right here, take that short L, and get with you. But I was like, no, I'm DJ the Money Coach. I know how to win. That's why I'm the expert. So, unbeknownst, I didn't listen to that. So I drove another 7 miles.
Oh!
Drove another 7 miles, but I pull up and I find the gas at $2.59. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh snap! I'm about to say 20 cents a gallon, and I'm gonna get my 30 cumulative minutes back. I hop out the car, but I didn't notice it's hardly nobody at the gas station. If there's a 20-cent price differential, why ain't everybody lined up? I go inside the gas station. Oh, we only have super premium. What? You only have what? We only have so now you can still get it with your card because I got a card. I'm like, man, super premium, even with my discount, is gonna be $3. I ain't about to pay no bit. So long story short, I had to drive my butt back 2 blocks up. Now I only have about 7 miles left on my tank. I'd already burned 30 minutes. I'm 30 minutes late to picking my daughter up. My daughter's up. And I still spent that damn $2.79.
Just think about back in the day when they used to say, like, oh, that gas is watery. Don't get that cheap gas. It's watered down. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, man. So lesson learned here.
Yeah.
Even the best experts don't always win. Because even though the gas was $2.59, it was all used up because everybody had the same thought process I had. And I should have known that. So just took that $2.79, put it in the back tank because my time got taken away and I still paid the $2.79. So and the moral of the story is that you may not have the luxury of doing that because over a period of time of doing that, I usually win a lot because that compounds. And I don't usually make that long drive because I'm deliberately intentional about my path. I don't make unnecessary trips. So I'm calculating saving, which a lot of people say you're not. But see, I've been taught that even with my gas reward cards, I can get gas typically for 30, 40 cents less per gallon. But sometimes because of this once in a lifetime, interruption in the supply chain, even though I can pay the super premium, but the average man and woman cannot. Because if you look at the numbers from January, when Uncle Biden got in office, he's not an uncle of mine. I don't even acknowledge him as my freaking president.
He ain't spoke to us since he got into that house. So
right, exactly. So here's the reality. In January of this year, gas in my neighborhood was $1.39.
Ooh,
that's really good.
It's now $2.79. Now, just suppose that with your income. Even if you're in a business, did your business grow by almost 130% in 9 months?
Yeah. And
you damn sure as an employee did not get even a 10% living wage increase. And if this is going to sustain, here's the problem. Here's why you need to be concerned and worried, because it ain't even winter yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
And normally in the fall, gas typically goes down by like 20, 30 cents per gallon. It is done the reverse.
No.
And so that affects the supply chain. Everything goes up. So that super inflation, that makes your food cost more because that person who's in logistics on the truck, his gas goes up. He don't pass that and eat it. He pass that on to you.
Right.
The wholesaler don't eat it. He pass it on to you.
Just pass the buck.
Exactly.
Yep.
So now that bread, that eggs, that milk is now doubled in price and you got to have it. And now you are in a financial bind. However, like we talked about with Erica, the winter is coming. What was that? 2-3 months ago? People thought, oh man, you're stealing somebody's phrase. No, I ain't stealing nobody's phrase. I'm just telling you that statement has been around since the beginning of time. You just ain't been paying attention.
Yeah.
So if you have been paying attention, looking at the indicators.
Hello.
The fact that the contraction physically in the workforce was not coming back.
Right.
Probably about a quarter of them is not coming back. Even if they could, they found out that they don't need to make those commutes and they can live online. But that physical product cannot be, what is it? Sent to you, demoleculized and remoleculized like on Star Trek.
Ooh, transported.
Transported.
Yeah,
Exactly. Now it's happening, but it ain't happening right now for the regular man and woman. You see. So now economically, that burden is being pushed on the average man and woman, which is in the middle class. And now you're going to have the precedent of the war games and the Hunger Games starting, where people will start to rob, pillage, and steal out of necessity.
Yes. Yes.
And who becomes the most hunted is those who have in the, middle class professional. And then you go up because those people are hard to get to, and all those people coming up just like they at the border.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is what the elite want, because if they're up in those castles, there was a program on Amazon called The High Castle, I think it was called, and it goes back to talk about Germany and stuff like that. The Man in the Castle or something. It's amazing, but they're purposely tilting this to cause civil unrest, and that starts at the basics of the supply chain.
Exactly. These trucking companies, just taking exactly what you said, these trucking companies, logistical companies, they were not paying a living wage to begin with. People were barely getting by. They were doing okay. When you lie to yourself and say, well, at least I got checks coming in and, we're doing okay. But they were living check to check, right? And most oftentimes the man or the husband was either, if he was on the road or off the road, I forget the term, a road driver, then he would be out of the home, right? But making money. So then when the pandemic hit, he wasn't able to go on the road. Finally, it took, now let's remember, because I've been reading so many articles where analysts and economic analyst people from Harvard and all sorts of places are talking about there is $2 trillion worth of savings in America's bank accounts, and that American consumers have plenty of money. No, they don't. They didn't have plenty of money before the pandemic hit. It took the American government forever to finally send that one little $1,200 check to everybody. Other countries were getting $1,200 checks a month, right? Most people in other countries, Italy, UK, they directly sent their constituents, their citizens, $1,200 checks per month to be able to make mortgage payments, rent payments, and all that kind of stuff. But not America. It took us almost 4 to 6 months before we finally got that $1,200 check, and then that doesn't go very far.
Well, especially when you're out there, balling with it.
Well, how much balling can you just like this, and then that's it? You can't even go high with it.
A lot of people were doing that, and again, they didn't stack for the rainy day because now they saw that free manna from heaven coming down that they didn't work for, and guess what? When you don't work for something, you don't value it. So easy come, easy go. That's the lottery mentality. That's real life. So again, we have been. We've been, the word I'm looking for, the perfect word. We've been paralyzed by thinking that we have an embarrassment of riches and we are Americans and we're never going to have droughts like other countries. We're never going to have super inflation. So just talking about Italy and the UK, even though they may have been given checks, but they've been in super inflation rate since God knows when. Greece and all of them. So, it's relative, but now that's come upon this shore, and now you don't have a solution for it because you never expect it to happen. But the solution is intentional, that we're going to purposely reduce the population. Now, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but the reality is, it is what it is. So if you just look at your shows that are meant to actually desensitize you and prep you for stuff that you think is only fictional, it's a reality, because that's the mindset and the program that they're pushing. If you look at these shows right now, the new show Squid Game, you look at, all these programs.
Yeah.
What is it showing? It's showing scarcity.
Yeah.
It's showing savagery.
Yes.
Guess what? You watch this stuff, it dehumanizes you, and you start thinking it's the norm, so you're not shocked by it, and then it happens on your block.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in your neighborhood. Then it happens to you.
Yeah. Do you guys remember last Christmas, December 2020? Do you remember it being like really big or a big deal? Like usually, considering December 2019, I remember that one going into 2020, and it was the normal holiday.
Mhm.
But for last year, it was very plain.
Mm-hmm.
Very calm. Most retailers rely on Christmas holiday to put them into the black.
Oh yeah.
So last year, very few companies reached that black. So the fact you said it's a conspiracy theory, I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think that there is intentional, just like you said, deliberate verbiage, a narrative that's being forcibly pushed for us consumers to accept the high prices of inflation.
Exactly.
To make up for that loss.
Exactly. As the norm.
Right.
As the norm. So you adjust, and that pain is no longer, it's just what I got to do. And now you're doing stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Or if you're wise, now your needs become more in the view, and your wants go down, for a later day. But you always thinking, well, hey man, we came out. No, but the government cannot save the economy, and can't bail out the airports, can't bail out the mortgage companies, can't bail out the trucking companies. The money already has no value to it.
Right.
But now the value is in the lives. And so those lives have been devalued, and now you have a case system.
Yep.
And see, and that's really where we're on the shore of. And so here's the reality. Again, like I said, it's going to be a war, because you're literally, with them purge movies. If you look at this,
yes,
this is just entertainment. No, they literally are conditioning you to get ready.
Exactly.
Where you need to go back to an agrarian type of lifestyle, where you have your own land, you can farm your own goods, and where people would make fun of, oh man, people grew up on farm, they had sustainability. I remember, even as a person who grew up in the city, my grandparents had actual gardens in their backyards.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A quarter of their backyard was full bore garden, beans,
at least tomatoes,
all that stuff. And you would be like, oh, it wasn't a lot going to the grocery store other than for certain things. But now you became, conditioned to depend on the grocery store. And now, boom, now bread, instead of costing $1, is $3.
Right.
Eggs, that was $1, now it's $4.
Who makes right. bread
And
anymore?
you have no discernible skill sets to make any of that stuff.
Yep.
And now you're the next one on the chopping block.
Yep.
And now, the Uber drivers and the Uber Eats and all that, guess what? That stuff gonna cost more.
All that gig economy has created another subclass of human beings, really.
Yep. And the reality is we're letting fintech companies control the narrative of our lives.
Yeah.
And that's got to stop.
Yeah. So
how does that stop? Guess what? Even though we're on this platform, we stop being on these platforms. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
I was like, well,
you know what I'm saying? But here's the reality. We don't make our money on these platforms. We make a little bit, but we're actually here to educate. We make our money, I hate to tell you, in the real world. Mm-hmm. But most of the people that are making their money now is in the digital, like you said, the gig economy. That shit don't feed you. If you ain't making money, it ain't feeding you. I always tell people, can't eat money. It don't physically keep you warm.
No.
It's just a bartering service.
It literally is a bartering service.
That's all it is. That's why crypto and all that stuff is becoming more relevant, because it's just a bartering system.
That's all.
But you take the most important piece out of the puzzle, which is physical beings who don't have resources because they spending all their time on this. And now they don't even know how to do basic things that you were taught in the 8th grade. I mean, they used to have the 4-H club. You remember that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There is few and far between.
Right. Exactly. So now these people who stayed on the farms, they're actually going to be better off than the people living in the high rise, because you can only go so far to get stuff. And then again, you're going to become the hunted, because you got resources, you got, currency that I don't have, and my basic necessity to feed myself, I'm going to do whatever I have to do. And now you got people clubbing people over the head. I mean, I just see you see Next Door, which is an app. I just saw a couple of things people posted. Man, people just walked up to my house, walked in my garage, even though they got Ring and Vivid and all of that. Because guess what? When your basic necessity of feeding yourself, that trumps your civility.
It really does.
And again, I'm not trying to scare people, but I'm saying stop being naive, and maybe you should start doing a little farming in your own backyard.
Actually, I feel like what we're saying is less scary than what everybody else is saying. Like, they're acting like Chicken Little, like the sky is falling.
Right.
They're acting like this is something that never could have. When the housing market crashed, there were very few people who saw it coming. Everybody else had bought into it, right? But this is something that was annoyingly present and already a problem pre-pandemic.
Right. And again, you took out the physical being that we never took into the equation. Would never. Wait, you mean people are not going to be healthy? They're not going to work because the government shut down the whole damn world?
And then they're not going to want to come back to my horrible, low-paying, no pension job? What?
Right. And see, that's the thing that I laugh about this. You don't think none of that was intentional? I mean, who would have ever fathomed in all the books I read, Animal Farm, George Orwell's 1984, in any of those equations, they said, hey, man, they're going to shut the whole world down. Never. What? Wait. You mean everybody on 7 continents is going to believe somebody in an office that's an elitist who's hoarding, who has property at Martha Vineyards, who has, property in Dubai, and they got all they shit, because you always see them getting caught. You always see them politicians who talk about, oh man, yeah, I believe in this, and they out partying and doing while they telling you to complete, because while they, faking you with the 3-card Molly, they over there stealing all the stuff.
Right.
Real talk. I mean, same people that got caught, with Martha Stewart on, inside trading. Nancy Pelosi, inside trading, where they had to come with the Dodd-Frank rule.
Even the people from January 6th are suddenly claiming, oh, it wasn't my fault, even though they were on camera saying, hey, I'm breaking into the Capitol on social media. Now they're like, oh, no, I'm a prisoner of war. No, sir.
Right. So you just got to have common sense, teach the basic stuff of the 4 H's. And again, set up for a rainy day, because it's a book that I'm reading and read over and over. Great book, man. It's called The Psychology of Money. And the guy says, he said, you know what? People don't plan for chaos and catastrophe. He said, but those things are going to happen regardless of you wealthy or you not. There's always going to be a point in time where you need to have some rainy day fun.
Yep.
But we always plan for the prosperity and never
for the sunny day.
Exactly. So if you have been putting that emergency fund in place, man, my money's sitting on it, don't make sense. And in the book, he talks about how he's going against what the financial advice. Man, you own your house and you're not using that money in your house. That's unwise. Well, it just gives me peace of mind that I own my house.
Right.
And you got 6 months of money sitting in this account only making 3%. He said, yeah, but when that pandemic hit, that money so look valuable that you ain't have.
Doesn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Because again, cash is king. I mean,
Right.
you talk about cars. My neighbor sold his pickup truck, 1998 GMC, regular 2-wheel drive pickup truck with about 140,000 miles on it. CarMax gave him $4,500.
Wow.
Why? And here's check this out. Now this is in Texas. I talked to my attorney. Her son is looking for a pickup truck in Chicago. He can't find a pickup truck in that same like 2002 for less than 10,000. Why? Because the pickup truck is designed for what? Going back and forth, picking up supplies, dirt, farm type stuff. It's in big demand now. You see what I'm saying? So because the physical people can't be there to take the stuff off, and the people that do have it, they getting paid a king's ransom.
Well, the company is.
Right.
I don't think that the forklift drivers.
Oh no. Well, I'm talking about maybe the individual who had been self-sustaining, because they're always going to contract off some work.
Right.
And that's going to be the exception to the rule, not the rule.
Right.
You know, so if it's us and we planned as entrepreneurs, we now get that windfall where people, oh, you got lucky. Now, it's funny, when I was stacking up that cheddar and you were playing like the ant and the grasshopper, which is a great fable. I remember when my son was 6 years old, he had to write a story about the ant and the grasshopper, read it and tell what's the moral of the story. The grasshopper, beautiful, ornate. It's summertime and the grasshopper is jumping around, frolicking, and the ant is just going to work, going to work, going to work. And then all of a sudden, that fall came, getting cold. Grasshopper didn't store up nothing because the grasshopper is about having a good time.
Right.
But now, you know, Brooke, she got lucky because she was going to work, building up that supply chain surplus, putting the mason jars, packing stuff up, freezing everything when people be trying to clown you.
Yeah, right.
And them same people, hey, Brooke, can I just get a little bit of something? Then when you say, well, I ain't got a little bit of something for you, you might help them once, and then they coming back. Now that becomes rage, and now rage supersedes humility and civility, and now they're taking over your domain because they didn't do the work. Because the American dream is we're better, bigger, smarter than everybody, and we always win. But the reality is, history never fails. It always repeats itself. There's not been an empire that has not fallen.
Amen.
I just didn't expect to see it in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But have done enough studying and know, put aside for the rainy day, it's coming. And like Brooke said, now you've got a Greece in the process. You got a Japan in the process. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, just go read up on Greece. Recently, it's 2008. Japan in the 70s.
Yeah.
To America, because we got one thing that they all don't have. We have a superior military. Where we can go in and force our will on people. That's the only thing that separates us right now from China dominating us.
We do that.
That is it. Let's keep it real. We're
Yeah.
behind in technology. China is number one in AI.
So behind.
And we were ahead and we could have said, but again, we're Americans. And that supply chain, but then when those cats, whoever they were, got together and said, oh yeah, this pandemic, it's worse than the, plague. Oh, I got an idea. Shut the whole damn world down. And they will do it because they're sheep. No, Americans, but when we fell for the okie doke, shame on us. Because here's the reality. They shut down. Did it stop what was happening? Nope. Open back up. Same thing. So why did we stop working? We should just let it run its course. But guess what? They needed that so they could get their stuff in place to protect their legacy and their lineage. I'm just keeping it real with you.
I can't say you're not. I can't say
because those same people. If you don't, there's a place called the Greenbrier. Look it up. The Greenbrier. The Greenbrier. It's a military base that's now a resort that's all underground. The Greenbrier.
Underground.
Yeah, look it up. The Greenbrier. Look it up. The Greenbrier.
I'm writing it down.
You see these people creating panic rooms and all that stuff. People will have sustainability underground need be because they already built it. Well, I mean, what does somebody like Jeff Bezos need with $140 billion?
Apparently not nothing. If you can make a peanut-shaped air spaceship.
Exactly. What does Warren Buffett need with $100 billion?
Nothing.
His old ass been living in the same house for 60 years, a basic crib. So what are you gonna do with all that damn money?
Not give it to black people?
You see what I'm saying? So just think about this. So again, if this is not the wake-up call for you, and the beginning of the pandemic wasn't a wake-up call for you, guess what? There's a story. His story that we'll go to break. So this guy said, hey man, God's gonna save my life. I had a conversation with him personally, Brooke, Nick. He said, the storm coming, but I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna physically save you. So the storm comes in the valley, and they announce, hey, the storm's coming in. Everybody leave. Everybody leave. You know, I always got, man, I'm hunking down, I'm staying. So 3/4 of the town, they evacuate.
Okay.
All of a sudden, storm come running through, the water's coming up. They bring the boats. Hey, DJ, come on, man. Come on off your porch, bro. I got you. Man, God told me he was saving me personally. He was going to put his hand down, lift me up out of the catastrophe. The boats moved out. Only about 1/10 of the people left. The water fills up to the top of the house, just like in Katrina.
Yeah.
Here comes the helicopter. DJ, damn, bro, get on the rope.
Yeah.
You ain't God, bro. God said he gonna save me. Next day, I'm knocking on the door of the gates. Michael's there. He's like, man, why am I here? God said we're gonna save. Well, dog, we gave you an evacuation. Hello. The pre-pandemic when they told you it was in China. Then we said it's on our shore. We got to shut some shit down. And you saw people hoarding and overpaying for toilet paper.
Right.
Didn't get the memo. That's when the water came through in the boats. And then all of a sudden, we shutting the whole damn country down. They go to road. Here's the $1,200, and you just out there partying, kicking it. And then all of a sudden, boop. And God said to him, he said, dude, I reached out to you 3 freaking times. You just didn't pay attention to the indicators.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's deep.
So don't come crying to me, Argentina. I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever. Pay attention to the indicators. And then most importantly, have some civility and don't go over here and try to club somebody because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Real talk.
Talk about a lack of planning is not an emergency. A lack of planning on your part is not an emergency on my part. So, you know, their lack of planning should not be an inflation to us.
Right. And at the same time, you should be mindful to say, you know what? I might want to get myself some protection because these people will become uncivilized.
Yeah.
They will start acting like savages.
I think it's quite timely and yet funny and ironic that Texas got rid of their handgun permits. So now we can just be willy-nilly out in the street with our guns. Yay, Texas.
I'm telling you. Hey. It's wild. I know people that's watching is like, oh man, y'all trying to be fit. No, I'm not being, I'm just practical. Pragmatic. And again, I study history.
Yeah.
Real talk, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, yeah.
We just took over your show. So sorry.
Well, no. That was on purpose because I know y'all the ones with the expertise. So I was really just throwing the alley oops and throwing it off the backboard for you two. Yeah. That's how we do that, But I will take us to the break, and then when we come back, we'll go ahead and close out.
Yep.
Close this thing out because I think we gave them some. We cleared up what was going on. What's going on right now, and some things that the people can do to prepare. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go to a break. You are watching Nick's Knowledge and Notions NQ Science Series. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be right back after this message.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DJ, the Money Coach of my hometown in Chicago. And right behind me, freedom ain't free. You got to demand justice. You know what justice is? It's financial independence, consumer debt freedom, and it's the pom-pom lifestyle. So come join us on the Beaches of the World Club, and let's go all around the world and be free. 100% me, and not a second-rate duplication of somebody else. I'm DJ, the Money Coach. Come join us in the pom-pom lifestyle. I'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and it put you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
All right. Welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions NQ Science Series. Again, like, share, subscribe. Heard a lot of great information. It might sound dire, but we're bringing you the information so you don't get blindsided. We're letting you know what's going on, letting you know the real, and we're gonna get ready to take it on home. Brooke told me before we went live that she wants to get a Friday night started. What you got over there? So that bottle again. What you sipping on?
It's nothing fancy. Just some Bay Bridge.
Okay. All right.
Hey, so hey, it's all good. You get. Oh yeah, we got the DJ got the Tulare over there. Yeah.
You got the good stuff. That's what I need. That's the Friday.
Yeah. Get up on that. Stop playing. Yeah. So Brooke, we'll go to you first, so you can be on your way and get back to your start your weekend, start your Friday night. So to wrap it up, what would you leave the people, with this whole topic and this issue about supply chain and prices going up? What would you want the people to know about?
Give them some positive. Give them some positive. There's always sunshine after the rain. What's the positive spin on this, Brooke?
The positive spin is that, ironically, this is one situation where we should be kind of glad that it's broken. at one time in history where the universe has created or let me say, there's been a universal decision that the supply chain is broken and we need to not go back to what it was before. We need to find a way to go further. So I am really excited about the Biden's announcement about the 24 hours. I know he said it in specifically to the California port. However, I do see some things. They're making some governmental changes, and the Department of Transportation and the Department of Commerce are allowing people like myself and my team and I are making our networking our way to them to try to have some input. So don't feel distraught. Don't feel like it's the end of the world. Don't pull out your hair. This is something that was going to happen, and then it happened, and we're going to repair it. So just come join us at valorit.com. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or at www.valorit, like the fabric, V as in Victor, ELOURIT.com. And yeah, just don't worry. It's grim today, but it'll be better tomorrow.
Better words never been spoken. And I'll tell you this is if you have your health, you got the best thing right now. So if you have your health, they used to say, hey, when's the best time to grow an oak tree? Yesterday. When's the next best time? Today. So if you have your health, I would tell you, what should you do? You should immediately start an emergency fund. You should immediately start planting some type of vegetation in your backyard if you have a backyard, or if you're in an urban set, go up to your rooftop, go over to your window ledge, start growing yourself some greens, the basic necessities. And then you should take inventory of the things that you don't need and discard them and exchange them for things that you do need, and then start storing up for the next rainy day. Again, if you have your health, you are in the best driver's seat, because there's nothing more precious than your health. Okay. Then if you don't have skill sets that are transformational in the digital economy in the 21st century, you should start reinventing yourself and learn some digital skills. Look into digital marketing courses, look into digital real estate, look into digital investing, and give yourself a playing field where the next 6 months you can start having some new type of skill set that you can actually make yourself better sustainable. And now you also should look at the opportunities, because every time there's an inopportunity, there's also something that other people need that we didn't realize. So those people that are in the mask business, they made a ton of money and they weren't making any money before. So be creative and look for the things that the common person like yourself need, that's a necessity that they will want to buy, and start producing that as an individual. And then again, only get what you need and start storing up the other stuff, and now get back to an agrarian, simple life that will be better for you. And again, stay off of these mediums and stop watching all this get rich, get quick. I'm a YouTube scholar and IG millionaire, when 9 out of 10 times those people are lying to you.
Yeah.
So that would be my message to you. And if you take care that home front first, guess what? You're going to have intestinal fortitude and a mental toughness that's going to be far better. An immune system that you will build up for yourself and for your family. And you will also have the calmness that comes after the storm. And that's all predicated if you have your health. If you don't have your health, hey, God, bless you, and we pray for you that you still can actually get better, because in any type of travesty, any type of catastrophic event, if you still survive it, is really going back to the basics. Going back to the basics. If you go back to the basics, you'll be amazed. Before you look up, you'll be back on the right side of the track at the end of the day. So no matter what inflation is, no matter where the supply chain has been broken, you can actually repair it for yourself and get better, come out of it on the right side stronger. And you can then start pursuing the pom-pom lifestyle, and that's plenty of money and peace of mind. But most importantly, it's self-reliance and sustainability. And then you're better off for it in the future.
Right. All right. Beautiful. Two beautiful positive messages to close out. So there you have it. What I'm going to leave you with are a couple of announcements. So for one, Bet on Black, the women, the family, the legacy will be back very soon. And let's welcome our newest addition. Brooke Valorant St. Clair will be joining the Bet on Black women, the family, the legacy for the new season.
Very excited.
That is awesome.
Yes. Welcome. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
look out for that. And then of course, Seven Spheres of Money, we always have something something to offer you, something great for you to take advantage of, for a limited time and while supplies last, So DJ, why don't you tell them a little bit about what we got for the people?
Oh yeah, man, we got amazing package for everybody now. We're actually giving them everything that they need for this point in time. We're giving them the Family Finance 101 digital course, which is 3 hours, 18 modules. It's like a encyclopedia for financial stability and literacy. You get that. We're giving you our new book, The ABCs of Wealth. The Common Sense Strategy Achieving the American Dream. 20 years with strategies to actually help you, get in the right mind frame, but also to build the right, sustainable, life that you deserve to have. On top of that, we're actually going to give you 3 awesome consultations with myself, our CPA, James Lane Jr., and our registered investment advisor, Melvin Hobson. And you can get that all today for less than, man, what is it, Nick? We're giving it all away for less than what for the first 10 people? Less than
$59.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. First 10 people. And this is a package that is normally close to $2,000. But because we want you to actually be able to come out on the right side of this hyperinflation, this break in the supply chain, and not become a victim, we're going to give you tools to become victorious. That's the way we roll here, because we position ourselves to help you win in this game of life. So that's what we got for you. So first 10 people, you get that whole program. 3 hours of Family Finance 101. You can get the ABCs of Wealth booklet, 3 consultations, and I personally charge $500 an hour for my time. And if you don't think that's true, you can ask. The Dallas Black Women's Club that I'll be doing an event for coming up on the 3rd of November. You can ask the Mobile Homes Advisors Club what it costs to get my time, because that's what it is. It is what it is. And like our guest on Financial Expert Series of DJ the Money Coach said, hey, he invested $5,000 with a gentleman when he had hardly nothing, and he took that $5,000 investment, turned it into $1 million business in 12 months.
Really?
Yep. And on the pathway to do $2.5 million from age 28 to now 31, from zero, $2.5 million. First with a $500 investment to get him to 6 figures, and then a $5,000 investment to get him to $2.5 million. So we're going to give you a $2,000 package worth every cent for $59 for the first 10 people to just hit that link below. And I don't need your money, because I can get your money at the bank. Because line of credit, they give it to people like me who have 800 credit scores, debt-free, 6-figure income, 7-figure net worth, all day, twice on Sunday. They ask the company, how much money can we give you? And when you can't get, because guess what? I was on the other side of that narrative several years ago, sitting in the office, asking for a bank loan, asking for a mortgage, and got turned down both times. Then I figured out what the blueprint is. Now I'm on that other side. So now the banker called me. Oh, you need what kind of line of credit? Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, that's Nick's money in his savings account. Nick don't need that money. But here's the irony of it. They will give you a consumer loan any day of the week. You want a car, you want to buy some clothes and this, that, man, they'll give you a line of credit. But you try to get a line of credit for some business?
Nah.
You want to do some business? No, brother, sister.
Crazy.
I'm going to shut that down. But you want to go get some lottery tickets? You want to go get some red bottom shoes? Oh, I'll give you $1,000, $2,000 worth of credit because they ain't going to make you nothing but make me more money.
Right.
I might get that on the way home. Okay.
Yeah, they will. Maybe they will.
And then watch out for our 2 new shows that are dropping. Man, we just did some amazing interviews with our man Marquise Robinson from Wealth Forever. And that's the story I was just telling you about. That's going to drop. I think we got another show dropping as well. So, man, we got a bunch of great information, amazing value, and free nuggets that's coming to you guys because we're trying to give back to you at the end of the day. So, hey, where's your life jacket? Where's your life preserver? Here it is right here at the 7 Spheres of Money with DJ the Money Coach, with Brooke, Sinclair of Velurit, and Nick Westbrooks, who's the business manager. And here's the thing. Here's another tip. Nick was sitting in the same seat you were 3 years ago. He saw us on another platform. He believed what I was telling was true, and he didn't paid off his car out of debt. He in bankrolled. I don't know, man. I don't know. You might want to run them testimonials to let them see that this is real.
Oh yeah, they're gonna see them. Yeah,
it's like my dad said. Hey man, it's right like rain, baby. You know what? Rain is good for 2 things, and this is an adult show. It's for sleep and for sex, baby. So I would encourage you to go have both. What a great, experience this weekend. I'm DJ the Money Coach.
Yeah. And on that note, we're gonna end the show. So yeah, thank you, Brooke, for spending some time with us, and dropping some nuggets about the supply chain thing that's going on, and of course, Mr. 7 Spheres of Money, my right hand man, DJ the Money Coach, and to all of you out there, we wish you a pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind, and we want you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And your beach doesn't have to be next to sand or water, but your beach is where you find your peace of mind and your personal freedom. So until the next episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions, take care, and we will see you next time.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach. I'm sitting here in the middle of the Chicago highway. Look at this. Columbus Drive, the Buckingham Fountain, the skyline. It's amazing. The Prudential Building, the John Hancock Building, the Sears Tower, the Americana Congress Hotel, Columbia. Hey, you can only do this if you're free. That's right. And how do you get free? 4 dirty little words: discipline, accountability, plug into a system, go to work. 3 years to 5 years, you can be consumer debt free, 800 credit score, 6-figure passive income, and a 7-figure net worth if you're willing to do the work. And most importantly, you can keep it all. But you gotta plug in the system to be 100% you and get that pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. I'm DJ the Money Coach. I'll see you in the next webinar. Get free.
Hello, my name is Clarence. I'm with Great Lakes Property Management Group, and I just wanted today to give a testimonial on the ABCs of Wealth by Dale Duransberg. I call him DJ. Just wanted to say, as I was reading this, I was expecting something a little different. I thought it was going to be all nuts and bolts because that's the kind of guy Dale is. Dale is all about the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. Well, this book turned out to be both a little bit of nuts and bolts, but a lot of motivation. So if you're someone that's on the fence, looking to get started, just trying to figure out how to do something or what to do, get motivated to get off that couch, I recommend you pick up this book. It's going to get you to move. The motivation, the nuggets that are in here, it's going to definitely help you in all things that you do in life. Good job, Dale. Love you, man.
Hi, I'm Markel. I work as a long-term forecast analyst for Disney Streaming. I met Dale at Erica's Classic Climb Tour in Atlanta and signed up for his services. Prior to that, I'd done a lot of research on my own to try to improve my finances, and I made some progress, but I was really stagnant and just not sure what to do next. So I was a bit apprehensive about sharing all my financial information and then having a discussion about it, but Dale made me feel very comfortable. He wasn't judgmental, and it was just my starting point. He explained to me how to get rid of my student loans, my old student loans that I thought were just insurmountable. He helped me with strategies to reduce my expenses that don't make me feel like I'm sacrificing anything. And it's not the same information that you find like rehashed and repackaged for the internet. It's personalized advice. It considers your current situation, where you are, your goals, um, and your level of comfort. We put together a realistic plan of things that I can do immediately, things over the next few months, the next year, and then long term. I feel very optimistic and excited about my plan and that things are clear for me. And it also is motivating me to try to find more income to get to my goals even faster. Dale is very knowledgeable, very sharp. He was able to answer all of my questions, and anything that he felt like was out of his scope, he has like a network of people, professionals who are vetted that he uses himself and he can refer you to. I appreciate that he offers this service and like shares all of his real world knowledge and experience he's gained over many years in the business. I think that that's very valuable and not so easy to find. Dale is very passionate about what he does, and I highly recommend working with him.
Hello, my name is Tim from Southern California. Just want to give a testimony for DJ the Money Coach. Just had a recent consultation with him over the face-to-face Zoom call and gave me some valuable insight as far as financially wise and how to move forward with my life. And we'll recommend him to anybody and everybody if they want to improve their life financially as well. So definitely, again, nothing but great services and feedback. What I've received thus far from DJ the Money Coach, and I advise anybody and everybody about his services. Thank you.